Yo, hello, Bitwig community, I guess, or just whoever is watching this. Thanks for tuning in. So today I wanted to make a video about how you can use a certain sound design technique. Spoiler alert, it's technically FM synthesis, but it's being done in a different way, maybe in the Bitwig way, or one of the Bitwig ways, more than likely. But I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. Let's get right into it. So obviously I have the DAW pulled up, and I'm going to go ahead and push Command T to pull up a new instrument track. Command T, there we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to call up a polymer. And by default we get this unison, excuse me, not unison but union, which union combines pulse, saw, and a triangle, and you can morph between them, right? So it does not have the I wish it had the click viewer where you can click on it and then open up a new window. Hopefully in new versions of Bitwig we could get that, and also maybe a wavetable editor. But I don't know. Anyways, we're not here to talk about that. Bitwig is really good as it is, but that could be a thing. But anyways, that's not what this is about. So I'm actually just going to change this to a sine wave for now. And we're going to get into this technique, right? So adjusting a couple things, giving this a shorter attack, maybe switching this to, I really like Salenkey because it has so many different modes, and I often like to do squelches and things like that, so a high pass filter generally. But anyways, let's make this sound. Hear this preset. Maybe add a compressor, and then we'll get right into the actual thing. All right, just so I can hear it a little bit better. Okay, that's more like kind of what I'm going for. Right, so when you pull up a polymer or any of the native Bitwig synths or any VST, any instrument at all, you'll pull it up, of course, on an instrument track, and then boom, it just loads. Now when we go to the plus, by default it's going to take us to the note effects section, because it's more than likely that you're going to put like an arpeggiator or note repeats or whatever note effect before it. But we're just going to switch this over to the audio effects, and I'm going to grab a test tone. So now I have a test tone. And if we listen to it, let's disable that compressor. If we listen to it, so of course we don't hear anything because, yes, this is an audio effect, but you don't hear anything because it's before the polymer. We only hear the polymer. But now let's hear it real quick just to show test tone. Unmute or mute the polymer, and then disable polymer. Right, so this is just a constant sound. That's all it is. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use it as a modulation source. So I'll click the plus icon in Polymer, and we're going to go ahead and go to the audio-driven modulators. We're going to select Audio Sidechain. Now opening the view of the modulator so we can get the device input. Right, so we can choose anything, if just anything in the whole track, but today we're going to be using the test tone. So I'll go to the polymer device, right, and I'm going to go to devices, test tone out. Now when I move it, you'll see that this audio spectrum changes, right, because it's receiving some information. So now we have that, and on its own it doesn't do a whole lot, so I'm going to go ahead and modulate it. Let's give it a curves, just using the default curves for demonstration purposes. Now we have this set up, right? So to clear the clutter, I'll make sure that's closed and make sure this is closed. And now I'll start modulating some parameters on the synth with it. So now let's hear it with that modulation. We can change this to noise. Right, and if I mute it, right, so that's the technique. Basically, it's where you take the test tone device, you modulate it, and then grab an audio sidechain, select the input from it, and then modulate parameters of your synth with it. And anyways, yeah, it's just a weird and funky way of doing sound design. Like I said, it's basically FM synthesis in a way, but a lot of times we think of FM synthesis as being something like taking Serum or Vital or Faceplant and whatever synth that can do it. Of course, and then just like modulating the tones and the harmonics of another oscillator within. But in this case, you use the test tone. So anyways, I hope you guys found this video helpful and maybe it's inspired some ideas for you. And yeah, so this is probably a lot longer than I intended it to be, but anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll be posting more videos so you'll know what to do if you want to see some more. So thanks for joining me today, and happy bitwigging. Haha. Peace.